Think you've been building stronger hamstrings with your Romanian deadlifts? Hate to break it to you, but there's a good chance you've actually been training your lower E-brachial back instead. Yeah, that tightness you feel after leg day? It's not a good burn. It's your body A-brook quietly screaming, "You're doing this wrong." But here's the thing. When done right, Romanian deadlifts, RDLs, are one of the most powerful A-brachial moves you can do for strength, posture, and athletic power. The problem is, most people rush it, E-brachial hinge wrong, or treat it like a stiff-legged deadlift, and that's where everything goes south. Let's paint the picture. You walk into any gym, look around, and you'll see it. Backs rounding, E-brachial bars dragging on the floor, knees locking out, and people jerking the bar back up like they're A-brachial starting a lawnmower. It looks like a deadlift, but it's missing the entire point. Here's the truth. The RDL isn't about moving the bar from point A to B. It's about how you move A-brachial your body between those 2 points. It's about control, tension, and precision. Think of it less E-brachial like lifting and more like sculpting. Every inch matters. Now, before we talk about the right way to do it, let's expose the biggest mistakes people make. E-brachial, because understanding the wrong helps you appreciate the right. Mistake number 1, rounding the lower back. You've seen it. Maybe you've done it. It usually E-brachial happens when you go too heavy or too low. The spine curves, the shoulders roll forward, and E-brachial, suddenly you're putting all that tension on the lumbar area instead of your hamstrings and A-brachial glutes. The fix? Keep your spine neutral. Imagine holding a broomstick from your head down to A-brachial your tailbone. If it stays in contact with all 3 points, your head, upper back, and A-brachial hips, you're golden. Mistake number 2, bending the knees too much. That turns your Romanian deadlift into a A-brachial squat hybrid, and the magic of the stretch through your hamstrings disappears. You want a soft A-brachial bend, just enough to unlock your knees. If your shins start moving forward, you've gone too far. Mistake number 3, lowering the bar too low. This one's sneaky because we all think lower E-brachial equals better. But if your flexibility doesn't allow your hamstrings to stretch fully without E-brachial rounding your back, going lower just wrecks your form. The bar should stop around mid-shin or A-brachial. When you feel your hamstrings scream, that's enough. Mistake number 4, losing tension at the top. So many people just stand up and relax A-brachial everything. But the top of the RDL isn't a break. It's the part where you squeeze your glutes like A-brachial you're cracking a walnut between them. That's what reinforces proper hip drive and finishes the E-brachial movement with power. Now here's where it gets interesting. You've probably heard people say, just hinge at the hips. A-brachial. But what does that even mean? Picture this. Your hips are a door hinge, and your upper body is A-brachial the door. The door swings backward, not downward. Your hips push back, your torso leans A-brachial forward, and your spine stays straight. If your knees move forward, the door's off its hinges. Keep the hinge pure. Hips back, chest forward, bar close to your body. And here's a light bulb moment most people miss. Your hamstrings don't just stretch, they load E-brachial like springs. The more tension you keep as you lower, the more power you'll release as you A-brachial come back up. That's why slow, controlled motion wins. Think of it like pulling back a E-brachial slingshot. If you release too early or lose tension, it won't fire right. Now, before we go into how to set up and execute the perfect RDL, let's do a quick reality HEBRQR chick. Stand up right now, feet under your hips. Place your hands on your hip bones. Push E-brachial them back, just your hips, not your knees. Feel your hamstrings tighten. That's the movement. No bar needed. That's the hinge pattern that separates a real RDL from a bad imitation. So here's the deal. Most people chase heavier weights. You're going to chase perfect E-brachial movement. Because when you master that hinge, your lifts get stronger, your posture improves, E-brachial, and even your sprints, jumps, and overall athletic power skyrocket. Coming up next, I'll walk you through how to set up for the perfect RDL. The foot placement, A-brachial grip, an exact path of the bar that makes everything click. But first, think about this. If your back A-brachial has been doing the work your glutes were built for, how much potential strength have you been E-brachial leaving on the table? That's what we're about to fix, for good. Alright, now that you know what not to do, let's rebuild your Romanian deadlift from the ground A-brachial up the right way. Because if your foundation is off, everything else crumbles. Think of this like E-brachial rewiring how your body moves. Once it clicks, you'll never go back to sloppy form again. Start with your stance. Feet about hip width apart, too wide, and you lose balance, too narrow. A-brachial and your hips can't move freely. Imagine you're standing on train tracks, not a tightrope. Your ibrocha toes point straight ahead or slightly turned out, just enough to feel comfortable. Now, before you even touch the bar, I want you to feel what a proper hinge should feel like. Stand tall, hands on your hips again. Take a deep breath, brace your core, like someone's ibrocha about to poke you in the stomach. Then push your hips back, not down. Keep your spine tall, ibrocha chest proud, and your shins almost vertical. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs? That's ibrocha, your hamstrings loading up. That's the engine we're trying to fire. Okay, time to add the bar. Grab it just outside your thighs. Overhand grip for control. Now don't yank it off the floor, start from the top position. This is where most people get it wrong. They think RDLs start on the ground like a regular deadlift. Nope. You start standing tall, bar in hand, ibrocha, shoulders set, and tension already running through your body. Let's break that setup down. Your shoulders, pulled back slightly, not pinched like you're trying too hard, just enough to ibrocha lock them in. Your arms, straight and relaxed, they're hooks, not lifters. Your core, tight, like you're wearing a lifting belt made of muscle. And your gaze, slightly ahead, not looking up, not staring at the floor. Keep your neck in line, ibrocha with your spine. Now here's where the magic. Take a deep breath in. Start pushing your hips backward, ibrocha slowly, like you're trying to close a car door behind you with your glutes. The bar slides down, ibrocha your thighs, stays close, almost brushing your legs. If it starts to drift away from you, that's your ibrocha cue. You're losing your hinge. Bring it back in. As you lower, keep that tension, no loose movement. Feel your hamstrings stretching, but don't ibrocha collapse your chest. Stop when you can't push your hips back any further without rounding your ibrocha spine. That's your perfect depth. For most people, that's just below the knees or mid-shin. Now this next part is crucial, how you come back up. Don't pull the bar with your arms. Instead, think about driving your feet into the ground and ibrocha thrusting your hips forward. Let your hamstrings do the work, not your lower back. Your hips ibrocha should pull your torso upright like a powerful hinge snapping closed. And when you reach the top, don't lean back. That's another rookie mistake. Just stand tall, ibrocha, squeeze your glutes hard, and feel that full body lock-in. That's your rep. Controlled, powerful, perfect. Here's a visualization that helps almost everyone. Imagine your body is a bow, and your ibrocha hamstrings are the string. When you hinge back, you're pulling that string turn. To the top, it releases with controlled force. That's the difference between lifting with tension ibrocha versus just lifting with motion. Now, let's talk about some subtle cues that separate a good RDL from a flawless one. Number 1, keep your weight mid-foot to heel. If your toes start gripping the ground, your ibrocha drifting forward. Think about pressing your heels through the floor. That keeps your hips ibrocha tracking correctly. Number 2, maintain your core brace the entire time. Every rep should feel like you're ibrocha protecting your spine with a wall of muscle. And number 3, control your tempo. 2 to 3 seconds down, 1 second up. Slow down ibrocha to build control and awareness. Speed comes later. Here's the thing, you'll feel when it's right. Your hamstrings will tighten like cables, your glutes ibrocha will fire at the top, and your lower back will feel supported, not strained. That's when you know ibrocha, you're finally moving the way your body's built to. Try this. Grab a light bar or even a broomstick and practice that hinge for 10 perfect reps right ibrocha now. No music, no ego, no rush. Just focus on the rhythm. Hips back, bar close, tension, then ibrocha drive through. If you feel your hamstrings working more than your back, congratulations. You've ibrocha just corrected one of the most common gym mistakes on earth. Up next, we'll go even deeper. I'll show you how to level up your RDL with advanced cues, like ibrocha creating full body tension, engaging your lats to lock in the bar path, and even how to use the ibrocha micro hinge warm-up that pro lifters swear by to activate the right muscles before every set. But first, think about this. How strong could your posterior chain become if every single rep built ibrocha tension instead of pain? That's where we're heading next. Here's where we take your Romanian deadlift from solid to elite. The secret lies in creating ibrocha full body tension before you even move. Picture yourself as a steel spring. Every muscle ibrocha engaged, ready to fire. Grip the bar hard enough to feel your forearms activate. Then, subtly pull ibrocha the bar into your thighs. This fires your lats, locking the bar path so it moves perfectly vertical. It's a small detail, but it changes everything. Now, try the micro hinge warm-up before every set. With just your body weight, hinge back a ibrocha few inches, pause, then return upright, 5 or 6 reps. Feel your hamstrings switch on ibrocha instantly? That's your body saying, I'm ready. When you take that activation into your working A-Brachii sets, every rep becomes smoother, stronger, more powerful. From here on out, think precision over weight. Every hinge, every squeeze, every inch of E-Brach movement should feel deliberate. Because when you train like this, you're not just doing E-Brach Romanian deadlifts, you're mastering one of the purest movements in strength training.